You know, in a way, the time at which I'm uploading this video it's pretty indicative of the kind of week I had. Now that's not to say it was the worst week ever, but here it is, the long advertised video. I got talking about these for the last 2 or 3 videos actually, and something I just want to get off my chest really. Now, what happened this last week? This last week I couldn't get things out on time. The schedule was all over the place, which maybe it doesn't really matter all that much. Maybe I'm taking it too seriously when I shouldn't be, but the point here is that I tried to stick to a schedule and really failed at it. But in part, it's not just because of me, but also because the week I had was very busy. Very, 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 very busy. Full of adult things that they got in the way. They really annoyed me. But the reason I am making this video really is to apologize for that, because I try my best to really keep the videos coming and on the days they're supposed to be, at the time they're supposed to be, but this last week was just so hectic, so, oh man, so not good in that regard. And it was a matter of, and it wasn't a matter of me trying to fix it, it was a matter of me trying to keep up with it, keep up with the videos, keep up with the games, keep up with everything. Because the truth is, I'm a person who likes to stretch himself out a bit, or as much as I can, really, across all the different hobbies and responsibilities I have. So, obviously I like to record. I like to think of this as my temporary job while I search for a job. Even if there's no pay involved, right? But I'd love to do YouTube as a living. And then, apart from that, there's also, you know, time with the family. And other hobbies, you know, TV, just games in general that I don't record, things like that, you know. And of course, general human necessities like eating and things like that. Point being that every day of this last week, I was busy and I stretched myself, and I always try to get the most done on every given day, that I kind of neglected the whole YouTube thing. Not on purpose, but just sort of because I kind of resigned myself to it. Now that's not to say I didn't try, because I did. I really did. And the next thing to know is that, funny enough, I organized this in my head before recording this, but, well, things don't always come out as you expect them to, but let me see if I can reorganize it. YouTubers, or at least Let's Players, or in general, I've never known them to be too transparent about the way they do things, the style of their doings, the machinations behind their entire system. And while that would have been great to know starting out, because, you know, I guess everyone has their own rhythm and their own work pace and workflow and all that, it's always boggled me that, you know, YouTubers don't really reveal that aspect. Like, no one's ever honest about the way they work. They can say, oh, I work so many hours a day, or what have you, but the nitty-gritty technical aspects, they never go into that. And that's always bugged me a little, because I guess it must not be the most interesting in the world. Maybe not a lot of people ask, but here I am just being as transparent as possible when I say my system, at least for this past week, and in general, really, has always been to record anywhere between 2 and 5 videos a day. Now, I'm a very straightforward person. You can probably tell that by the way I edit videos. You know, I'm not the biggest or greatest editor, so what do I mean by straightforward? I mean, if I record 1 to 2 hours of video, if I spoke during those 1 or 2 hours, or if I feel that there's enough there to justify it, I'm going to just show those 1 or 2 hours. In games like, for example, most recently, not in the beginning, most recently Hollow Knight or Satisfactory, I have a certain leeway there because I could record 2 hours, but I'm not going to be speaking all those hours because I have things I want to do, very specific things. But other games like I don't know, A Plague Tale, I'm there from start to finish. I edit very little out, which is great for me. But what I'm trying to say is that that's what I mean by being that. That's what I mean by when I say that I'm straightforward. What I record is what goes in. So how does that equate to everything else? Well, simply put, I like to record about an hour, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, depending on the game, for every game. If I record 2 to 5 videos a day, that's already 5 hours gone, roughly, 2 to 5. On days where I record like the most recent Hollow Knight video, I can take 4 to 5 hours on one video. And for every hour I'm not recording, for every hour I'm recording one video, I'm not recording any other. And then there's the editing, or rather the rendering after I've edited it, after I've added or taken away whatever I want to do, right? The render time for all my videos, because of the program I use, is, and according to the research I've made, it's that way, I guess, for everyone, but it's about 2 to 3 times the length of the video. And this is strongly affected by the CPU. Now, my computer is not bad, but it's not the best thing on the market either. It's okay. It's good enough for what I need it. But because the CPU isn't as powerful as maybe it could be, render times suffer. So once I've done editing, I render the video, right? And that rendering usually takes 2 to 3 times the actual amount of the video. 1 hour of video, 3 hours, maybe even a little more of render time. Now that you know that, we can equate that. I can add it to the previous information, and you get that unless I've actually got something pre-recorded to upload on any other given day, we get things like what happened this last week. Even today, although today may be tomorrow for you, I'm recording this close to midnight on Sunday, and this video was actually supposed to come out yesterday, Saturday. And what was I saying? Sorry, lost my train of thought. Right. And so what happened this past week was that because I didn't have anything ready for the week, which I like to do, I like to have things ready, I was forced to record every day, say on Monday, what was meant to upload on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on and so forth, because I was so busy I couldn't actually get to the videos. And so, Monday was Hollow Knight, great, and A Plague Tale, great, but between recording the videos, editing them, which each video can take roughly an hour each, and then rendering them, means that the videos would be done, if I start at 8 in the morning, they'd be done anywhere in the evening, between 6, 9, or maybe even 10 or 11. And by then it's like, well, okay, I've pretty much lost a day because YouTube also, the time it takes to upload the video and then for YouTube to process it also factors into that. And some of these longer videos, sometimes YouTube says, well, let's take as long as I need to, if that means an hour or sometimes 20 minutes. I guess it depends on my internet. I don't know. So yeah, that is what happened this last week, why all the videos were later than they were supposed to be. I tried to catch up, I really did, but in a very small part, it was also procrastination on my part. There were times I could have been recording when I didn't. You sometimes need a break. I'm not going to overwork myself either, but I felt I needed to explain why. Now, moving forward, I would like to actually not rely on the schedule so much, or maybe change it up a bit. Like, if I know that I wake up at 8, start recording or whatever, and then have to finish at night, if I know that, then I should start uploading or leave it uploaded for the next day, like in the morning. Just not worry so much about trying to stay on that 12 and 3 or 3 and 6 or whatever Eastern time, Canada Eastern time schedule, because if I can't handle it, then what's the point? Then again, it's also got to do with trying to record 2 videos a day, but I like that challenge. I like trying. I like succeeding, or knowing that I can do that, There's a certain fun in the challenge of keeping up with that, keeping busy. And so, yeah, I think that's as transparent as I can be. I just talked about my recording process, my everything. And now for the next bit of news. Not good, not yet. There's actually some bit of news after this, but the other reason I wanted to do this blog is to get something else off my chest, and it's that this past week I went to the dentist, and she suggested I take out anywhere between 1 and 4 of my wisdom teeth, to be due this Tuesday. That is to say, 3 minutes from now. Well, not for you, but 3 minutes from now for me. On Tuesday, 1 day away. And the thought terrifies me because I'm no stranger to operating rooms, but that's a tale for another time. But I don't like the idea of having teeth pulled out. Of course, there's a plus side to this. I'm going to try and record it, my reaction to the laughing gas or whatever. I've never been too trustworthy about those reactions online, but let's see, maybe the first-hand experience will show me if people actually laugh at any old given thing or what have you. As far as I know, the laughing gas sort of acts like alcohol in your brain, just disinhibits you. Things maybe seem a little funnier. I don't know. I'll try it out on Tuesday. I've never had a tooth removed, so it's going to be an interesting experience. But because of that, and because I understand that I'll probably have to be resting and so on and so forth, this next week I may not upload as much. I'll try to get things done before then, but as I'm recording this on Sunday going on Monday, and I don't record in the... I don't usually record this late night, midnight, past midnight, because I don't live alone. Don't want to wake people up. And but yeah, I'll try to get things done. If not, well, you know why I haven't been around. Try to keep updated though. Who knows how many weeks it'll take of recovery? I'm guessing 1, maybe 2. And maybe the first few days I won't be able to speak, but as soon as I can get back into it, I will. There's plenty of games to play, there's plenty of things to do. But back to the channel and less about my life. Although they were both related, really. There's 2 things I also want to talk about, and it's that I know YouTubers always say it, and it's true, you really shouldn't do it, but I like to focus on the numbers sometimes. I like to focus on the statistics. Even if I don't use them, I like to know that the channel is growing, slowly, steadily, confidently, but for sure. And regarding that, what was the month of April and May were just fantastic. I saw a little bit of growth. We got 5, 6 new subs. Love it, love it. I wish you guys would actually say things. Let me know you're there. I always say this because, come on, you're gonna subscribe and not let me know you're alive. Maybe a little comment. I know you, Jonah. You're good for me. But it was a good couple of months. Here's to even better months going forward. And, who knows what else the year has in store for us. It was especially good a couple of months because of the games that came out. I mean, I had a blast these last 2 months. And I was just sort of improvising, finding whatever I could on Steam, or in this case, the Epic Store, with all the controversy that's surrounding it, but I don't want to get into that. And finally, the last order of business is I am a huge, and I mean huge, Hideo Kojima fan. Having said that, and if you saw my reaction video for E3 2018, that's not 2 years ago, you would know that I am really hyped and love Death Stranding, his latest and greatest project, I might add. And I'm taking this video as an opportunity to announce that somewhere between this week and whenever I get to recover, hopefully it won't be outdated by then, but because the game is coming out this year, it should still be relevant. I'm going to put my 2 cents into the jar. I'm gonna make the foray into an analysis video. It's not the type of content I usually do on the channel. It's something I've always wanted to try, but given all the information we have now, between 6 trailers, I think it's time I tried my hand at it. I want to really give it a shot. Whether or not these kinds of videos, the analysis videos become a staple on the channel, who knows? I was actually doubting myself, both myself and whether or not I should actually make such a video, because frankly, something else that not a lot of YouTubers ever really say, but I guess in a way it's common sense, is that the more focused the channel is, the better it will turn out. If you try to branch out too much in different ways, it's not gonna go well. So if you have a comedy channel, do comedy. If you're gonna do reviews, just do reviews. Me, I take inspiration from many places and many people, which is why I've always wanted to try different things. I mean, who knows? I've had on my mind for quite a bit of time already, wanting to do a game theory like MatPat or Austin. And the analysis videos, honestly, come from my love for Yang Ya's content. He's great. He just moved to LA. Deserves all the support in the world. And his analysis videos are kind of what inspire me to make my own. Or, well, to make this first one anyway. So let's see how it goes. For now, I will just focus on the Let's Plays as I have been. And the occasional reviews. Speaking of which, Katana Zero, and as soon as I finish it, A Plague Tale. Those reviews are coming. You know it. But other than that, yeah, that was this heart-to-heart blog. Hope you had a good time listening to me talk at, oops, past midnight already. Anywho, thank you so much for watching this video. Not gonna do the usual outro because, I mean, come on. The outro is really just part of the show, even though I'm not much of a personality myself. But anywho, thank you for watching. See you in the next video, next game. See ya.